Hey guys, it's me. Kind of late on this. Fell asleep this afternoon. Didn't wake up till mid morning here. Um, so this is gonna be late. Not much I can do about it. For my first two quotes for chapter 7, my first quote was achieving the secondary task and relational goals allows you to reach your primary goal. This is section 7 1.1. What I think the author was meaning or trying to convey is they were offering a visual brief interpretation of the definition of these two uh, interview goals. Um, it, Obviously, you've done the reading, you know that there's a lot more definitions to those aspects, and I thought that was pretty important to understand. In short, it was important to me to notice this quote because it describes a process within the interview world. The reason I chose it was because there was much more behind the statement to understand. Like I had just said, there's a lot more kind of reasoning and why that process would be better. The second quote I took was from 7.1.2. Use, it was a topic in the section, use personal contacts and acquaintances and networks. Use personal contacts, acquaintances, and networks. Uh, it's true. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard it. You know, it's someone you know. Uh, how did you get this job? I knew this person from here. I work with this person there. It never fails. You're always gonna find someone that it's how it works sometimes. What I feel like the author was trying to convey, by the way the paragraph describes this perception, in my opinion, what the authors were trying to convey was that you should develop conversations by talking with friends, family, you know, people you work with, coworkers, their past jobs, about working in a particular field. Um, so, and the reason why it was important to me, I felt this quote was important because some of this is actually how people actually get work. For others, their network might not be so productive, such as mine. Like I'm not into computer programming companies all over the world, even though IT and the hardware and like network that I love, and I really love trying to understand that stuff. So just maybe working with someone in your particular field can actually help you. For chapter 8, my first quote, uh, it was from the section 8.1. An information gathering interview is focused, structured conversation whose goal is to seek out information from another person. I tend to look at it as like a documentary, where there's questions to be asked. What I felt like the author was trying to say, I believe this was an important aspect that he was trying to convey. Gather information, ask questions. Why it was important? It is an important aspect to realize, but sometimes one isn't able to get within a company to even have the chance to ask certain questions. So I felt like by this section here, utilizing like employment services from the state, they have funded programs that bring in employers from all over the country. Uh, Not probably nationwide for our state, but very locally, like Seattle, Eastern Washington. There's a lot of big companies, and like the work source, they bring in companies and they have workshops where you can actually ask the employers questions. Um, so that interface, I think, utilizing that, not just being able to just go straight to the company, but using outside resources is probably pretty beneficial. You get to learn about certain companies, maybe that particular field that might be relatable. So I felt that was, the information gathering was pretty key topic for this chapter. And another key, I know from fact, from working from places I've worked where I've actually loved my job. From the section 8.13, express thanks. Uh, I mean, what I think the author was trying to convey in their description, it's purely stating to thank everyone in the process for their time, but in turn, but take it seriously. Don't let it become just a reasonable reaction to say, like, oh, thank you for your time. I'm sure they've heard it from every interviewee that comes in before you. Um, so it's make it believable and honest. Make it sincere, or I mean, it's just gonna be another. Uh, I can't think of the word, for a comment, or it just it's in this world today. It'd be formally acceptable to be able to, or to actually give thanks and appreciate a person for their time. You can go all day for that. I mean, but what I'm trying to get at, and why it was important to me, it's not just to get the interview either. I mean, if you have a job now, reflect where you are. Is it a better position? I mean, are you moving up? Have you moved up? Are you in the same boat? Do you not feel like your work's being appreciated? I mean, the thing is like, if you're working now, take the time to actually send your employer a note, a card, or what you feel appropriate to tell them thank you. And then see how things develop. We're all still learning as we go. I mean, there's no perfect boss, there's no perfect employee. And from my experience, why I felt this was important is because I did that after working for a few months, almost a year with the company. I gave them a card, and it really produced a, a, a different atmosphere for me in my say. So I don't know. Just trying to get these requirements done and bring insight and hear from others. So that's it. Peace.